Turn around Plato's Allegory of the Cave, Book 7 of the Republic. Next, then, take the following parable of education and ignorance as to a picture of our nature. Imagine that this man dwelled in an underground cave since childhood.
I lived in a cave.
With other limited, misguided creatures. He cannot move his head, and his neck and legs are bound with chains to keep him from escaping.
I have been chained most of my life.
But a light comes to them from a fire burning behind them, casting images on the wall. There were people down there casting these images of men, women, other living things on the wall. These are the images that they see. These are the images that they know.
That's a tree blowing in the wind. And I pointed to the tree. That's a tree blowing in the wind.
Between the fire and the prisoners is a road, but it's above their head. They cannot see. Their heads are chained. Imagine a low wall has been built, like a screen to hide the puppeteer from the people. Answer me this. What do these people think of themselves? Do they know anything but these images that are cast on the wall by the fire? These people would have to think that these shadows cast on the wall by the fire, that was reality, that was everything.
For the first 31 years of my life, my self-knowledge comprised of my shadow on the wall of a cave.
Until now, he didn't even know what color his skin was.
Primarily, I believed I was black.
Now consider what the release would be like if they broke out of the chains, if they were cured of their ignorance. One person might be released from the prison, forced to look into the light, forced to figure out what the shadows on the wall cast by the fire were.
So I walk over to the wall, and I look over the ledge. And now, you have to remember something, though. This is the frontier of a new life. This is territory in my world that I had never, ever before seen. This is something I'm discovering as I'm moving forward. And I look over the wall, and I find a little person sitting on the floor of a cave with his legs folded, making hand gestures.
What do you think he would say if someone told him his whole life was a fake?
It's very difficult to pinpoint the emotions that I was experiencing. Everything I knew was baloney. Literally baloney. The little people served me baloney my entire life, and all I ever knew was baloney sandwiches.
Suppose now that I drag him by force up the rough way, the steep ascent, and don't stop until I drag him into the light.
I kicked and screamed when the old man dragged me out of the cave. "What are you doing?" I asked him. He answered, "Turning you around." That's when I saw the light peep out of a hole underneath the water. When I reached the surface, it took many days before I could see. I was blinded by the light. But I realized that there was an entire world above me.
I told him not to return. But he insisted that he share the meaning of the light with his friends.
This was the only meaningful point at this juncture in my life.
I told him they wouldn't listen. They might even want to fight you.
And I went to tell them down in the caves. I climbed down that rough ascent again. They didn't take this news lightly.
You walk up to someone and you tell them about their life. I don't know. How would you react?
My new goal in life is to find a tree blowing in the wind.